Exotic butters. Exotic butters. Exotic butters! Okay. Greetings gamers, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Carl Monroe and I always come back. If you're new here or haven't yet, be sure you hit like and subscribe for more daily gaming content and ring that bell to join the clan and level up. You guys loved the last part where I discussed some of the scariest animatronics to ever grace our screens, but you also pointed out several ones that I missed. So let's remedy that today with today's list of the top 10 scariest FNAF Animatronics part 2. Be sure you stick around until the end for some comment replies and for some bloopers because I'm bound to screw up. And if you do that, we can roll the intro. Oh, here we go. Stuff of nightmares, and at 10, Buff Helpy. While Helpy may be an actual animatronic in the Five Nights at Freddy's games, Buff Helpy is a demon from the deepest depths of hell that was sent here to curse Dawko until a certain someone gets noticed. Literally the worst thing imaginable. Buff Helpy originated in the Dawko FNAF meme reviews, where he has somehow managed to work his way in every time. Buff Helpy was commented a lot in the previous part, so I figured I had to include him as a part of this, especially because, like, look at him. I included a fan character last time, so I might as well include another one / a meme character this time. Plus, just the thing is terrifying. Holy crap. I have never been so terrified yet strangely comforted at the same time. I was running out of adjectives, or is that adjective? No, that's like nouns. Whatever that kind of word that is. And at 9, Freddy Frostbear. Freddy Frostbear is identical to normal Fredbear, but light blue and dark blue with a plaid tie and a mistletoe on his hat. He has an icicle in place of a microphone in his hand, which he will probably use to give you the worst ice pick lobotomy in history. Even worse than Nurse Ratched. Frostbear is much more aggressive than his counterpart. During his time in Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, he will freeze your screen, making you need to shake it off before being able to act again. And if he haywires, you shouldn't look at his face or he will jump scare you instantly. He will fake charge at you on occasion while remaining invisible. When he materializes, you need to shock him, otherwise he will jump scare you. This character looks dope, and honestly I would just like to see this thing, but it is actually scarier when you think about it, especially because I hate being cold. I hate it with a passion, yet I live in Canada. My apartment is also like 28 degrees constantly. It's weird. Canada is bipolar when it comes to the weather. No pun intended. Actually, yes, pun definitely intended. I wrote that, then I left it in after I realized it, so pun definitely intended. And at 8, Withered Bonnie. Still a giant blue rabbit, Withered Bonnie is missing his face. The main freaky feature of this animatronic is the missing face. Withered Bonnie's face is gone, revealing its endoskeleton and mechanisms, and causing wires to dangle. Yet, even with the missing face, you can still see 2 red lights for eyes that will haunt your nightmares for the next few days. Its left arm is totally gone, like ripped out of the socket gone, and leaving the wires that are basically its veins out. Imagine if this was a person. Would you really play these games if these were people instead of animals? Because one look at this thing while I'm thinking about this being a person and I'm ready to order more pants on Amazon. Prime same day shipping. Yeah, this is damn serious. Out of all the withered animatronics, this one is by far the most damaged, just like me. And at 7, Phantom Freddy. First appearing in Five Nights 3, Phantom Freddy is one of the many incarnations of the mascot that have been created over the years. Phantom Freddy has the same detail as Golden Freddy, but with a black hat, tie, and mic, as well as a missing right ear. While his legs aren't seen in their entirety in game, it looks like the left one was ripped off, or at least heavily damaged midway down the thigh. His fur looks burnt and slightly tinted green, which could have been foreshadowing the fire that takes place in Fazbear's Fright. However, he gets a new look in Help Wanted, where he has the same model as original Freddy, just slightly transparent in places, showing his endoskeleton. His walking animation when he's walking in the hallway in Five Nights 3 makes it look like he's doing naughty things in the dark. Ooh, behave. Still, one scary animatronic coming from Fazbear Fright. Why are these all scarier than William Afton? And at 6, Plushtrap. Plushtrap is a smaller plush version of Spring Bonnie, looking similar to the design of Springtrap, but much more cartoon-like and less damaged. Wish I could relate. First appearing in Five Nights 4, he is the antagonist to the Fun with Plushtrap minigame, but he can be replaced with Nightmare Balloon Boy if you use the Halloween DLC or whatever you want to call it. He is a yellow little monster who will sprint at you just like you told him your parents weren't home. And with that bobblehead sized noggin, it's one of the scariest things that you will ever see in these games. While less damaged than Springtrap, the little monster is just the bane of my existence. This is what I imagine having toddlers is like, especially if it was my kid. Oh my, it would be one hell of a crap show. One minute he's watching TV, the next he's running around the house screeching as loud as he can, and the neighbors keep knocking asking if he's okay, but you can't answer because you're trying to catch him. Then they call the cops. My childhood was weird. Plushtrap is a screaming toddler and one that wants to kill you. That's pretty damn terrifying if you ask me. Halfway through at number 5, Molten Freddy. From Pizzeria Simulator, Molten Freddy is basically Ennard 2.0, but in a visual sense as well as a story sense. Looking extremely similar to both Ennard and Funtime Freddy, Molten Freddy is one of the salvageable animatronics in the 6th game. After Baby gets ejected from the Ennard clan in the time between games 5 and 6, the collection of animatronics reassembles the face of Funtime Freddy to the best of their abilities, and since they lost a member, they don't really have enough body to really resemble a human. Like I said last time that Ennard was scary, but looking at Molten Freddy, this really beats that. Ennard looking human is creepy, sure, but it makes some sort of sense. Take all the scary elements of Ennard and put them in a bear that is literally trying to kill you with its massive teeth, and I need new clothing entirely. As well as a new therapist. This one already has to hear me talk about Sonic, so having to listen to this would make her have to get a therapist. And at 4, Nightmare Balloon Boy. I use Nightmare Balloon Boy in the scariest video game characters list, so I feel it's only logical to use him in part 2 of this list. While Balloon Boy has been around since FNAF 2, Nightmare Balloon Boy was only created in Five Nights 4's Halloween update / DLC or whatever you want to call it. He is featured in the Fun with Balloon Boy minigame, which plays exactly like Fun with Plushtrap. I almost said Nightmare with Plushtrap. Well, that's just what it makes me think of. The worst part of this animatronic is that he went from being so innocent, like looking like a little boy, to looking like a boy with more teeth than a shark, out for your blood like it's water and he's been in the desert for a week. In Help Wanted, you play a version of Fun with Balloon Boy, where you need to stop him on a red X. Doing so unlocks Plush Baby's level, but failure will result in one of the cutest jump scares I have ever seen, in all honesty, because like, damn. Excluding Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. And at 3, RWQFSFASXC. Boom! Also known as Shadow Bonnie, this animatronic makes its debut in FNAF 2 along with Shadow Freddy, and becomes more of a centralized character in Five Nights 3 in the minigames, where you get clues that you set up in FNAF World if you ended up playing that game. In 2, RXQ can be found rarely, spawning in the security office where you do all of your work. If you look at it for too long, the game will crash, similar to how Golden Freddy will cause the game to crash. On the mobile version, the game will simply freeze instead, causing you to have to stop it and restart it. In Five Nights 3, the character is only seen in minigames as a controllable ghost, accessible in Night 5 by clicking its plushie. In FNAF World, he is just kidding, there's no way in hell I'm talking about that game in detail. If enabled in Ultimate Custom Night, he will cause your office to become pitch black for about 10 seconds. There is no way of avoiding him, which means if you have all the characters set at level 20, you'll be in for one hell of a bad 10 seconds. Anxiety levels, like high. And at 2, Grim Foxy. Grim Foxy makes his first appearance in Help Wanted's Curse of Dreadbear DLC, and is one of 2 new animatronics added by the DLC. He is essentially a Jacko Foxy, where he is very similar in appearance to any of the Jacko animatronics. The design of Foxy combined with the glowing gives me a real zombie apocalypse vibe for some reason, and the really withered look is making me think of Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, since a few of those zombies were pirates. I don't know why my mind went there, but it just did. And considering how that movie terrified me as a child, I can see why it would be doing the same thing now. Its jump scare is only visible because of the glowing light, and it's just, it's terrifying. No. Finally, and at number 1, Dreadbear. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who's not gonna die at the hands of Dreadbear? You're welcome. Dreadbear is the main antagonist of FNAF VR Help Wanted Curse of Dreadbear's DLC. That sounded weird. This is the only other animatronic added along with our previous number. Dreadbear looks similar to Frankenstein's monster with the stitches all over his body and the bolts coming out of his neck. He looks like a buff Nightmare Fredbear with thicker and flatter teeth, white eyes, and thick eyebrows like Kim K. Not the eyebrows, just the thick part. Like the other Nightmare animatronics, he has 5 sharp claws and 3 toed feet similar to the toy animatronics, and in all honesty, him being the center of the DLC just says it all. Like, God. There we have it, friends, the top 10 scariest FNAF animatronics part 2. Which animatronics did you expect to see on this list, and which ones should be next if we make a part 3? Let me know below, and while you do that, I'll read out some comments from the last part. Changa_21 said, seriously, Toy Chica and Biddy Bab? And Springtrap counts as an animatronic because he still has a suit and he jump scares. Yes, Toy Chica and Biddy Bab, do you have eyes? Plus, no, he doesn't count because he may have a suit, yes, and he may jump scare, but he is still William Afton in a suit. He's just controlling it. He's the one moving. The suit isn't moving on its own. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's for everyone who said that Afton counts, because he doesn't. I'm sticking to it. But the shadows count. That's right. My list, my rules. Leah Straka said, actual Fredbear caused the bite of 87, I searched it, and he/she showed up. Well, in FNAF 4 it does show Fredbear biting, yes, but that was actually in 1983 as indicated by the television in the crying child's house. Plus, why are you saying he/she? It's literally a robot. The only robots that have genders are the ones that are used for other reasons that I shouldn't discuss here on YouTube. SCP-173 the Peanut said, 000, no, he's got a point. Of course I do. Everything I say at the beginning of a video is true and it has purpose. Looks back to beginning of this video. Exotic butters, it has a purpose. That's all we have time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Charmaine Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. This character... He got me. The collection of animatronics resembles the fun... The collection of animatronics reassembles the face of Funtime Freddy to be the... The collection of animatronics reassembles the fun... At least I'm had to drop that.
Well, yeah. You got another whole slot to fuck with.
Like I dropped out of college. He is featured in the Fun with Balloons Balloons. He is featured in the Fun with Balloon Boy minigame, which Christ! Holy shit! Who's having fun watching me screw up? Let me know below.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Chris. What do you call a dictionary that has done a lot of drugs? High definition.